Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Okay, we're reading from our book here again, another section. It's entitled The Relationship Ended. Even if the relationship ends, the knowledge that you know, or you now know, that you self-sabotaged it, or you gave your love and commitment to the relationship. Both scenarios gives you the freedom of knowing that you didn't fail. That's important. The relationship did. This is a very powerful and important distinction in being impeccable with our words and thoughts. We must know that failure brings us closer to success and that all failure is not us. We are not failures. Events may be, but we are not.
I like that.
That's key. To be sure we are clear on this, we are always seeking an intended outcome. The fear of the unknown, or fear of love, or fear of success, or fear of failure, or fear in itself, that's a lot of fear.
It's a lot of fear.
Can often be the driver of all of our actions. We need to eliminate the fear of the unknown by accepting and understanding the fact that a new action, a different action, will have a new reaction. This is the law of cause and effect. When we are ready to choose that new action, only then can we expect a new outcome. All of life's failures put us that much closer to our successes. Only if we realize that, if we fail to change our ways will fail to change us, and fear will be our prison. Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it is really important for you to understand if something doesn't work, that's not you. I mean, I think that's key.
Right.
It's all about self-esteem and self-love and all of that, right?
You know, I don't know why, but it goes back to, you know, when we were parenting. I never wanted to ever tell our girls that they were bad, even if they did something that was dangerous or bad, what the action was bad. And I was always very clear to say, you know, running across the street without looking is bad. You're not bad. It's the same,
Right.
you know,
It's
thing
the,
right
the,
here.
the action or the event is the negative piece, not,
Exactly.
not the person.
Right. It's not you. And a lot of times the things that we do aren't us. Those are layers that have been put upon us or things we've learned, but they're not us, right? And we can release them.
Yeah, well, it's I think that's been one of my biggest learnings on this path, of enlightenment, if you call it that, right? As we kind of grow down this path, trying to strip away these things. You know, you aren't your job. You're not even your name. You know,
Right.
Jeffrey Perlow is a name that was given to me. I mean, all of this stuff, you know, is not really the true you. I mean, and it gets pretty deep. But
Exactly.
you know, if this is surfacey stuff that we're talking about. Like if a relationship doesn't
Right.
work, a lot of
Right.
people feel like every time you get in a relationship, it doesn't work.
Right. Life is over. This relationship didn't work. And, you know, really the most important thing to look at from that, and again, you know, we're coming from the assumption that the relationship didn't work because it wasn't supposed to, not because we, you know, self-sabotaged or ruined it. Those were other videos so we're past that. We already know we're not doing that. So we're in a great state of self-love. We're with somebody else in the same state, and that relationship just doesn't work, right?
Well, maybe that person wasn't fully in the same state.
Maybe they weren't,
Right,
but
right.
let's assume that they are.
Okay, right.
That doesn't mean that they fulfill the qualities that you're looking for in somebody,
Right.
and or vice versa. So in my mind, it's actually, you know, the relationship failed, but it's a win, it's a success because it gets you that much closer to the goals of being with somebody that does fulfill, you know, the qualifications and the qualities
Right.
that you're looking for in a partner. And we should all have a list of, you know, what I call the deal breakers, you know, things that are really important to us
Right.
and to the core that we want to see in a partner. That
Well,
we
let's
choose.
be careful with the word fulfill because I know how you're using
Thank
it.
you,
It's
right.
not like I have a hole that needs to be filled.
Definitely.
You're talking about like checking boxes, things
Exactly.
that you care about in another person.
Right.
And by the way, if somebody's listening to this and they're very upset about a relationship that went south because they felt like that person had everything that they wanted, maybe you didn't have everything that other person didn't want. Again, has nothing to do with you. You're
exactly
a perfect
that's
being,
their issue,
right? Exactly, right. So,
such a good point,
yeah. So anyway, just be careful about that. You know, the fulfillment piece, because you're whole. Nobody else is gonna like feel lack or fulfill fill holes in the road.
Nope.
It's basically somebody else that you're looking for to enhance your life. You're already there.
Right.
By the way, you're fine without it. You don't really need it.
Right.
But if that's what you want a relationship and you want someone to be X, Y, and Z,
right.
You find that person and you're two whole people, you come together, it works.
Right. And you know what's so interesting to me is, the relationship ended. There's so many people that are doing these videos right now on, winning him back, or let go of him and you'll win him or her back. Honestly, you don't want to do that. You're not looking to let go so that you can win them back. If the relationship is the right relationship, it's going to happen, and you certainly don't need to release, the importance or anything like that in order for a relationship to be successful.
Well, yeah, you remind me of, when I see this stuff, I always cringe too. It's like the gamesmanship.
Right.
Like, get this person to chase you, or here's how to reel this person back in. All of those games, I remember someone said to me when I was younger, guys love a challenge. Some woman was telling me this, that, guys love a challenge and they like to be challenged to go win the prize. I always said, like, who wants a challenge? I got enough challenges in my life. I have a lot of things I'm working on that are very challenging. Hopefully the relationship is going to be less of a challenge. I mean, hopefully we're attracted together automatically like magnets, and I don't have to go through all kinds of hoops and play all these games.
And if you're not, again, it's not because you're a failure, it's because the relationship is a failure. It's not the one. It's not the winner. And every single failure, you can take something out of it. So that failed relationship, for sure, if you're in this situation, you've learned something amazing about, what you really like in a partner, or what you really don't like in a partner, or, maybe something about yourself that, wow, I really enjoy, somebody who's very affectionate, and maybe this person wasn't. Whatever it is, every single failure gets you that much closer to your success. So when the relationship ends, just like anything else, when a job ends, a new door opens, and you just have to be patient for the universe to bring it to you, because your soulmate could be, right there.
Right around the corner.
Right behind that next door. Or it might be a couple of weeks, a couple of months, who knows?